Hi folks, Matt here at Camper. This is the interior demonstration of our Rimor Horus 66 two-berth campervan. This is automatic. So we start at the back. Under the passenger side bench seat here is plenty of storage all the way under there. It's also accessible from the top when you move the cushion. These bench seats are both over 6 foot long. So the idea of this campervan, it can be used as 2 single beds, or it can turn into a large double bed. I'll demonstrate that at the end of the video. Cupboard this side, that's where all the electrics are, so not really any need to get in that cupboard. Storage, cupboards at the rear. Plenty of lighting, you'll find light switches everywhere. Working his way in, and we'll go to the front. So I would say this is auto. Reversing camera, air conditioning, Bluetooth stereo, everything like that. Both front seats swivel. There's just a lever, that one there. You just pull that lever. You may have to move the seats forward a bit to get them to spin round, but they will spin round. So that's the passenger side one just demonstrated. Control panel. This is really easy to use. So it's just push buttons. The top 3 blue lights, they are for the interior light. So if I turn all them off, it go dark. Put all them on, that puts power to the interior lights. And I say they're all switched separately anyway. Yellow plug socket, that's saying that you're plugged into 240 volt. The I button, the information. Bottom one is your leisure badge power. Quite important because that runs the rear of the motorhome. So if this starts getting down towards yellow, it means you need to go on electrical cup. The van is fitted with a large solar panel. The battery also charges while you're driving, so summer months you should have no issue with power. Just keep an eye on it in the winter. The top one there, that's fresh water, so at the moment it's not far off empty. So once it goes up, it goes to the top. When it's full, when it comes down to here, definitely on the red, you need to fill it up. I'll show that on the exterior video. Water pump, so all the taps are pressurised, and so with the no light on the water pump, your taps won't work. Put that on, and then that puts power to your water, so your taps will work and you flush on your toilet. One reason why this is on a switch, when you leave the van or not using it, turn it off. Never happened to me, but if you get a leak and that is switched on, it's very possible it could flood the van because all the pipe work is inside the van. So whenever you leave the van, always turn that off. The only other one on this panel is that one there, which you can't really see. If that lights up, it's telling you that the waste tank is about full. So your waste tank, where all the water goes from your sinks and your showers, goes into a big tank under the van. If that comes on and starts flashing, you need to empty that as soon as possible. The rest of the buttons don't do anything. The middle one there, that's just for the engine battery, so you shouldn't need to worry about that. Okay, we've got storage above the cab. Then we move on to the fridge, and under the fridge is some more storage under there. This is where you find your plates and pots and pans and things. The fridge, really good sized fridge for a campervan. Top bit is a freezer compartment. And the fridge is really simple. This literally just works off 12 volt. It's called a compressor fridge. When you come and collect the camper van, this will be on for you, ready to go. So that's showing that it's on. And here is your temperature. So it's currently on 2 bars. Maybe in the summer you might need to turn it up to 3, but you don't need to go any higher than that. With fridges in camper vans and motorhomes, you tend to find if you turn them up too high, they actually get warm. But that's another thing. So if you want to alter it, keep your finger on the display, it'll flash, and then you can turn it up, look, or you can turn it down. As I say, it'll probably be on 2 in the summer, maximum 3, and you shouldn't need to touch the fridge whatsoever. As you come into the camper van, you've got a 240 volt plug socket. These will only work when you're plugged into electric on a campsite. So if you're not on a campsite, just remember that the 240 volt plug sockets do not work. You need to have a 240 volt connection for these to work. This little panel here, this also controls the lights. So on the main control panel, that one, you can leave the light switches on, the blue ones at the top, and the 3 buttons around the outside, they also control the lights. So when you're going out of the camper van, you can turn the lights off from here. And then we're also equipped with electric step. So if you press this in the centre, look, there, you'll hear a beep and the step will go in. And then if you want the step to come out, press the button again and the step comes out. Now if for any reason you forget to do this before you set off driving, there is a safety feature that when you start the van, you'll hear that beep and the step will go in automatically. But try and remember, obviously, if you're going to go out, press the centre button and that puts the step in. This is a little extension to the worktop, so it just pulls up. That extends your worktop. And then to put it down underneath, there's just a bit hard to tell on the camera. Basically here, the 2 pull levers, pull them both together, and that'll fall back down into that gap. Don't try and force it. Just pull those 2 levers forward, the table will come back down. Moving on to the kitchen area, so we've got a sink, hot and cold water. You've got a 3 burner hob, this just works off gas. You've got an oven, and there is also a grill on there. To light the oven, it's push in, turn, keep it pushed in, press the ignite button. That'll light the hob. Same again, this one's your oven and grill, push in, turn, press the igniter. That'll get your oven and grill going. Then we've got storage at the bottom, the cutlery drawer there, storage there, and storage up there for the kitchen area. Here we have the heating and hot water and gas. So on this camper van it has refillable gas. I'll explain that on the exterior video. So while you're driving, this needs to be turned off. That basically operates a valve on the gas tank that puts gas into the van. So when you're pulled up and you want to use the gas, put that on, you'll hear a click, and that means you've now got gas to your appliances. Next one along, this is the refillable gas gauge, currently on full. The refillable gas is only supplying the oven and the hot water, so really this should last for ages. All I say to my customers is if this goes below half, so if the green lights go out and it's below half, please refill this before you return. So I'll explain that on the exterior video. This is your hot water, so this literally just runs off gas, so it'll work whether you're on electrical cup or not on electrical, and it's ever so simple to use. All you do, press that so the blue lights are lit up, turn that up to full, and once that top bit is all full with yellow squares, you have hot water. And then you can obviously control the temperature. If it's too hot for you, you can turn it down, you can have it higher, and then all you do is press that to turn it off. So if there's no blue light in there, the hot water isn't on. No point in leaving this on. Only use the hot water if you require it, so washing the pots or having a shower. You've got 10 litres of hot water once it is boiled. It's not a combi boiler, it's like a big kettle, so just be aware that if you're in the shower you haven't got a lot of hot water. As I say, there's no point in leaving it on while it's not in use because you're just wasting gas. The last one there, this is just the heating system. So we have a blown air heating system on the camper van. This is from the diesel tank, so this is a new one on me. I've not had a diesel heating before. So basically this runs via diesel. I've been told that you've got to keep the diesel tank, so the main tank of the actual van, above quarter, so don't let it go below quarter of a tank. And the diesel heater will just run directly off of that. So it sounds really efficient to me, but ever so easy to use. All you've got is a dial. Outside is your temperature, so if it's cold outside you'll need it higher. If you just want it ticking over, just put it low, and all you do is literally twist the knob. Green triangle, that's saying that the heating's coming on. Give it a minute or two, it'll start working. As I say, you've got to regulate your temperature by this. So if it's really cold, have it up. If you just want it ticking over, just put it down really low, and that'll do the heating. Same again with this, there's no point in leaving it on permanently. It's blown air heating, which is the same as the motorhomes. If you have it on all night, you'll probably find it dries you out quite a lot, and it can get really, really warm. They are warm in here, so you'll have to decide what you want to have the heating set on. Then when you're not using it, turn it off. Job done. Toilet area, shower and sink. So you've got your sink, hot and cold water again. These tablets that are here, these are what we use to keep the toilet fresh. So these are bio washing tablets from Lidl or Aldi. You'll have a box full when you collect the camper van. There'll be some already in the toilet. And basically that just keeps everything fresh as much as possible. But it's always wise to empty your toilet as much as you can. Toilet. There we go. So you got your toilet. Blue button, that's the flush. So that comes directly from the main water tank. The lever at the back, so that opens up, that little black bit at the bottom. The lever at the back opens the flap up, so when you've used the toilet, the waste will drop into the cassette, which I'll explain on the exterior video. Can't tell you how long this will last. It obviously all depends how much you use it, but when you open the flap up you can see how full it is. Toilet, making sure you only empty that at a campsite, nowhere else. Use their correct housing point. Please don't empty this down public toilets or anywhere else, just at a campsite. And obviously make sure it's empty before you return. Sink, hot and cold water again. And say this is also a shower. Nothing there. What happens is this tap pulls out and then pushes back in. So what you do, I'm not going to pull it right out because it's a bit awkward on my own. So you pull it out. When you pull it out, it extends all the way up and the tap fits in that bracket there. So that creates you a shower. So you can obviously regulate hot and cold via the tap, As I said to you on the hot water, you haven't got massive amount of hot water for a shower, same in the motorhomes. So it's literally jump in, jump out. If you use all the hot water, you've got to wait for it to warm back up again. Once you've used a shower, just be careful with this. It needs two hands once it's pulled right out to feed the pipe back in. It literally just pushes back in and locates. And that's it for the bathroom. In the rear, we've got 12-volt TV fitted, so this will work without electric. This is just a TV fitted to with a free view aerial that is situated on the roof of the camper. Can't guarantee a signal. Obviously, it all depends where you are. So if you do get a signal, you do. If you don't, you don't. It has got HDMI ports, USB ports, so if you want to bring anything separate along with you to plug in to use a TV, you can do. As I say, it is 12 volts, so it will work without being on a campsite. Don't need to tell you how to tune a TV, I'm sure I don't, but the control's there. Plugged into this box here, which is got some extra cigarette ports and USB ports if they're required. And we've also got USB ports and two 40-volt sockets up here. All these cupboards, if you want to get in them, don't pull them. They're on like a double mechanism, so you have to pull them, push it back a bit. So pull back out, and then when you push them down, it just clicks into position. Again, you'll see light switches everywhere. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to just take these cushions off and demonstrate the bed for you. Oh, while I am here, these lights in the skylight are touch, and the windows, so all the windows have got blinds on. Fly screen, normal blind. To open them, you press the red button, lift up the lever, open the window and lock it off with the little screw button there. So all the windows are the same, apart from this one. This window doesn't open at all. Simple reason is, you can see the sliding doors there, so when the sliding door's there, if this was able to open, it'd just rip the window off. So that one doesn't open at all, but all the rest of them do. Just a reminder about these, make sure all of them, and the skylight up there, all of them on the skylight, make sure these are shut and locked off before you drive. Simple reason is, if you lose one of these windows, which is very possible if you have not shut it and locked it, they're around about £500, so expensive mistake if you forget to shut one of them. So before you drive off, just make sure you shut all them anyway. And then I'll just demonstrate the bed. Right, if you want to use the rear bed and make it into a full double, I've just removed the cushion from this side because it just makes it easier to demonstrate on the actual video. Main thing is, this is very, very important and something you mustn't forget. These two bars here, one there and one there, they just slot into those brackets there. First thing, before you open the bed up, make sure they are in position there. I'll find somewhere to fix these bars so they're easily accessible. And basically what that does, they support this frame that pulls out. So frame pulls out like that, you see, and then the other side's got a frame under it exactly the same, which pulls out, and those bars support the frame. So if you don't have those bars in, all this will collapse. I'm pretty sure it would do. I said these are how it's designed. A lot of beds are like this. So whatever you do, if you're going to use the double bed, before you pull this frame out, slot those bars in both of them. They're just slotting, it's a 2-second job. Pull your frame out both sides, and then you can use the cushions. So there's some the cushions at the back, they fill the gap up in the centre, so easy enough to work out. I think there is a picture on my website with the bed made up, so you just literally pull them out, put the cushions in the middle, and you have a ginormous double bed. And when you push these back, they literally just push back in, goes further than that. It clips into position. Just be careful with these. I've noticed that once it's pushed right back, they lock into position. Don't try and force it and pull it. Just wiggle it one side and the other. That'll release the locking mechanism, and then these will just pull out dead easy. As I said to you, under there, look, there's loads of storage all the way down. I think that's about it for the interior. Just things to remember are your battery power, keep an eye on your battery power, your water level, try to not leave your hot water turned on, shut all the windows and the skylight before you drive off, and that's about it. Hope you enjoy the hire. If you've got any issues while you're out, you've got these videos, or you can give me a call and we can run you through things. I'll move on to the exterior.